You can see the store in there. I'm sure you can. I just need to scroll up. So there's a reason. Why somebody a long time ago, I don't know who, and I don't know, could have been more than one somebody, came up with the only, it's a long time ago, but the only thing you can control is how your own mind, like how you react to something. That's why I'm sitting here behind this glass shower door in my tub, to make a point. Okay? So, I haven't done the dishes. And if you're inclined to say, oh my God, Laura, they were months old, I know. All that I can say in response to your 100,000,000% justifiable criticism of me. It's just like somebody who drinks too much or does too many drugs, or, you know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't do the dishes. Well, I've kept the rest of my house clean. But it's getting warmer weather now. Okay? Not today, but it's getting warmer weather. Today, it's not. Remember, I was going to go for my walk yesterday, and I ran out of steam. So I actually have a video to give you guys where I fall asleep during most of it. some people like that, or men, but whatever. I fall asleep and my feet are outside, so. Anyhow, I had a wake-up call. Remember, I've been cleaning. I'm almost done with all my laundry. Remember, I had to wash all my laundry from the hotel. Even though I didn't wear it all, it was mixed in. Plus, you know, mother hen is like, you need to wash everything. She even wanted me to keep it all in bags for a week. I did not do that. She's paranoid about the bugs. There are no bugs. Whatever. I saw on my window curtain a bug that could have been a roach. Okay, so I looked quickly, went on my computer. So nice to be able to go on my computer whenever I please now, like I wasn't able to do for a week and a half. Couldn't even go on their computer because it's broken. Time I was there, except for the first day. It's not a roach. First of all, the key things with roaches is they move really fast. If you go near them, they're going to scutter. It didn't scutter. It didn't skitter away. It didn't do anything. They just sit there casually, just nonchalant, blah, 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 on my curtain. And it doesn't have spindly legs. Okay? But it was a wake-up call because it's going to get warmer now. And never mind, I mean, it could be ants, it could be anything. I can't just have those dishes sit there. They've been sitting there for months. But again, when I clean my plate, and I'll refrain, I won't tell you what that means. Because it's not anything I would do in polite company, don't worry. Hypothetically, you take me out to a restaurant, I'm not going to do what I do in person. But it's interesting because my college roommate, Sarah, when I first saw her doing it, I'm like, oh my God, you do the same thing I do. Most people don't. But again, it's in the privacy of your own home. You don't do it out in public, okay? I know how to behave out in public. At least I try. I've already said most people would not and do not like me, and the feeling is mutual, okay? Hope Doll's mom even put me down. I told you guys this in my own home. It's their home, but I'm paying rent. Okay, pay more rent than any of them. Because I'm supporting Donald in other ways. And you know what I mean? And his mom was living there and not after she married for 1 year and came back. So I was paying a shitload. I was working full time. But anyway, you eat like you're having sex, Laura. That's what she says to me. Because I had sauerkraut. I've said this before, but it's worth saying because it's the whole point of it's in your own home versus out in public. Okay, I know how to behave out in public. I mean, like, you know what I mean? I can do it. Or in somebody's home, you know. But in my own home, yeah, my dishes are clean because this stuff I eat is, shall we say, good to the last drop, okay? But still, I need to clean them. And I put the bug outside. I got it in a cup and I put it outside. And I looked it up first. I'm like, that's not a roach. It says roaches go fast. What's interesting, there are states that have things called palmetto bugs. That's just a fancy term for a giant flying roach. They are not pleasant. They are the most unpleasant things imaginable. They fucking fly. And they're giant. But we don't want to call them flying roaches, so... But I found they're in the roach family. But we have to do the fancy term of palmetto bug. Palmetto bug. So I'm going via public transportation to see my mom today. I gave Churchwoman a break for reasons of my own. Get some exercise in, nice out. But also, she's going to be how Joe isn't. Okay? Do you think Joe has said to me he knows. He's talking about what I need to do with my closet. He's like, have someone else do it. He knows I'm not going to have my contractor near me. This is not a case where, a contractor messes up and you let him fix it, make it right. No. He walked all over me. He gaslighted me. He did whatever the fuck he wanted to do, people. The first day, I let it go, but I was describing to him this closet in here, okay? Remember I showed you guys it was this thing had to be replaced over here. It was all rotted, okay? And that should have been a red flag or warning light to me too, because his friend was here, and we're looking at that, and my contractor was like, well, that's not rotted, is it? Like, what do you want? You gave a fucking $17,000 estimate, or then some, and you're going to think like nothing has to be done, motherfucker? He actually said that to his friend. I was so glad I was here that day. I wanted to be here longer. But Churchwoman came earlier than she planned. And you could check in at hotels at 3. And I wanted to be here all day with them because there are things I could say, But anyway... And his friend goes, no, this is rotted. Again, that should have been a warning light. Instead of remembering that you're going to do what you said to the insurance you were going to do and what they approved to do, not what you feel like doing. It's not, if it's rotted. Like, what the fuck? So I said to him very politely, very nicely, I said, yeah, what's up with this? You never talked to me about this. In here, this has a lot of like $1,500 from the insurance company for you to rip out my shelves and like repaint and rip out all the shelves and cut up, like a couple of feet up, because once you cut, you can't match it up, so they have you just doing it all over. He's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. There's no rot here, Laura. And then he told me, he's like, well, I told her when they met with my public adjuster and the church adjuster that we, if there's rod, I will cut up, and we might have to cut up, but there isn't. So I'm not doing it. I'm like, all right. But again, they allotted a lot of money for it, so where's that money going to go? To other things, right? I didn't argue with that. I showed him, and I showed his friend, and he's like, oh my God, they have you taken out everything. Yeah, that's why they allotted like $1,500 for it. So that's off the table, not doing that, okay? He's not doing that. Again, he didn't even fucking, at the very least, like they did 5 years ago, because you get stuff on my walls and stuff. He didn't paint. He didn't do anything. I mean, he didn't do anything in terms of touch-ups or whatever, but they allowed for that. They allowed for buckets of paint and everything else, whatever. So I let him off the hook of that. You don't have to do that, okay? But they did have him doing that. Him not doing it doesn't change the fact they allotted a lot of money for it, okay? But him not doing the other side of my closet, blatant disregard and disrespect for me. He knew damn well, he had told me over and over again, he didn't forget this. He knows he was supposed to do the other side of the closet. He figured it doesn't need to be done. It's not rotted. It's just a light water stain, and Laura will never know. And I wouldn't have never known. It's better that I do know, okay? Because I've wised up. I've permanently wised up. I'm not kidding. I'm never going to let down my guard or trust another living soul. It's new to me. Who's new to me? I can't. I keep getting burned. I keep getting burned when it's like in my mind there's no fucking way in hell I'm going to get burned, see? And some fan was like, you just haven't found the right people. That's the whole fucking point. You have no guarantee of what's the right people. That's why you or me, I keep getting burned. Jesus. Did you get that? Anyway, somebody a long time ago, you can only control how you react to things, even really bad things. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do about my closet. I called the people who made this. They still have a phone number. I could leave a message, but nobody got back to me. I can't bathe. I don't have anyone to move this. I would never dare. It's really heavy. It's custom made. We had that. Remember, this place was old, but we had this custom installed beautifully, and then we had the fucking burst pipe that ruined everything, and then we had the crap put in by that woman. She owns the company, but she, her men, and they don't even know how to install glass shower doors correctly. They had them backwards, and I was gaslighted by her about that until she actually came over here like a year later. It took me a year to get, and she's like, oh, you're right, this is blah, 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 and, I don't know, she had problems in her life or whatever. It might not have been a year, but by the time everything was settled, it was that, sickening. I'm not going to rehash that. I talked about it in detail at the time. Again, this is a vlog. You're only going to know what I've already told you. You cannot backtrack. You have to remember. Or if you knew, you have to just realize and accept that you're not going to know everything. For instance, when I started to say this the other day in a video, and I got off on a tangent. So I was just thinking about it now. Okay, we have half left. When I used to get my Brazilians, she, with everything that happened, we don't have to spell what everything happened to everybody, do we? No. She was old, and she wound up retiring, so she might not do what she used to do. But I do remember what she said. Once you start getting waxings, you should never shave, or it's just going to ruin it. So they're in my little dilemma at the hotel pool where want to shave my bikini area. Okay, I don't have any reason to, technically. I'm not intimate with anybody. And if I ever do, I would want to get like waxing Brazilians again, not shaved. Understand? It's not fun to shave down there. If some of us get like bumps, it's just not good. It's not fun. Okay. But then that's what led to my not having an MP3 player anymore, and spending days thinking I would never get to have one again, or it might be difficult to get one. It wasn't. The guy who people always in stores, employees, a lot of times they want to act like they know everything, and they give you misinformation. The one guy was like, he knows everything. I have no idea. And then the one who knows everything, oh, they don't make those anymore. Oh, they sure as fuck do. Even your store sells them online. You telling me it doesn't. Unreal. Anyway, she told me, we used to chit-chat stuff, but all kinds of shit. Remember back when I started this, when I was doing the personal ads and whatever. But anyway, she says to me, she's like, you'd be better off if you weren't so smart. Yeah. She wanted to figuratively kill Donald. I told her all about that. Then I was telling her that, I have really young guys responding to me, and she was very complimentary of me. No, she wasn't hitting on me, if you want to think that. She was married. She's like a mother, like, you know what I mean? But she was like but a mother with a very open sexually and fun, and like very she's just a cool ass person. Anyway, she's like, so what? I know someone who got married. Who cares? You can, if 20-something-year-olds respond to your ad or whatever, there's nothing wrong with you dating or whatnot them, and Again, she was very complimentary of my looks as well, and she was like, go for it, because I tell her, yeah, really young guys responded to my ad, my personal ads. In the end, like Foot Guy and Beach Guy were like 12, 13 years old, younger than me in my 40s, but not like 18, 19, you know what I mean? And even when she said that, I'm like, yeah, well, they have to at least be legal. At least be 21 or older. And in the end, I didn't. I didn't respond to anyone that was that young. But it was, it's nice to feel. She was genuine. I know she was genuine. She was just a fun person to talk to, whatever. One time I was crying my eyes out, and she's like, do you want to just stop? Do you want me to not do this today? I'm like, no, I came all the way here, traveled really far. No, I just do it. And then, my tears will mix in, because having the hair pulled out is torture, See? You'll still get all of this online. I'll never be like this with anyone ever again in real life, except for Joe. I'll never make that fucking mistake again. My contractor knew things about me, and in the end, he thinks he could just get away with walking all over me. What could I do about it? Nothing. I couldn't force him to come back and do the right thing, could I? No. Anyway, if I hopefully get that money, I hope. Public adjuster wanted copies of the checks again. I'm like, here they are. I already gave them to you, though. I had to point that out. It's true. I already gave them to him at the time. The one from the beginning of the job, the one I gave them to him and he wanted them again. That's fine. I got them from my computer and gave them to him again. But I hope that and I'm going to give my contractor, my married with children contractor, every fucking penny. But I'm not going to see him ever again. I'll have to have somebody, a neighbor or something, hold the check and call and be like, come get your fucking money. Laura wants nothing to do with you. And they haven't even come to pick up the goddamn thing. Yeah, see, that's another thing. You know what he was saying? Mr. Big Guy, right? Being nice to me. And then in the end, he fucked me over. Walked all over me and fucked me over. Because he didn't get away with it, because I showed up here, because I'm just paranoid and anal, and I wanted to see the work he'd done, and plus I wanted to get out of the hotel. There's nothing to do there. I had no pool, I had no MP3 player, and nothing. I wanted to come back to my home and see how it was going. See my friend. Joke and shoot the shit with him a little bit. Not bother him because he needed to work, but a little bit, and just to see what was happening. It's a good thing I did. Good thing I did 3 days, because 3 different days, different things he had to fix or whatever, but that I would never known. I would have never known! Anyway, nobody's come to... In the beginning, he's like, there's really crappy, this was months ago, there's really crappy floor in your bathroom. That's what they put in 5 years ago. He's like, I'm not going to give you that. I'm going to give you better stuff. I'm like, whatever you want to do is fine. You don't have to. He's like, no, I'm going to give you better stuff. But then when he heard that we might be moving, he's like, well, I'm like, you don't have to give me better stuff. My God, just do what you put in the estimate and what the insurance money give you money right into my closet. Changed me. Woke up the beast. Won't go back to sleep. All animal 35-year-olds listening to it on the bus the other day. Again, he didn't have to get a new vanity. He rebuilt that one, and I had to catch him not rebuilding it exactly how I'd wanted it. And I don't want the gaps, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't come here. He wouldn't have. And then, but the whole thing with the closet, I'm in a state of fucking shock over that, and I catch him, and then he gaslights me into submission. He knows I was abused. He knows my mom's mentally ill and in the nursing home and hospitals and in and out of mental and all that, and used it to walk all over me and put me in my place. No, he's never coming near me again. Joe knows. So Joe knows I'm going to have to incur the fucking cost of fixing my closet and of this that was fine when I left. I took a shower that morning, right before they were coming. That's why I didn't even have time to upload. I did that one 4-minute video, Dance in the Ambulance, in the kitchen right before they were coming, and they came right on time, and I didn't have time to even upload it. I couldn't even go into my, I thought maybe they'd do the bathroom first. No, they went right into my room and started ripping stuff up and got my computer, you know, and there was no time for me even to have a minute to upload that. So I had to wait the whole week and a half before uploading it. But that was okay. I'm not uploading crap in order either, just so you know. Right here, he wrecked the brand new floor, putting in his wood things. He bragged about that. He's like, I'm not going to give you that styrofoam brown crap, which is, you can't see it, but maybe you can see it behind me, because that kind of crap, that styrofoam crap, he put good wood in, but he wrecked the floor piece right here. Oh well, right? Nothing you can do about it, but he did. Here it is. See, whatever, I don't know, but he wrecked it right there. He also he started to cover over the nails in the wood to make it look nicer, but then he ran out of time and didn't do it. Left, see? He only was doing that because we were waiting around for the fucking plumber, because this wasn't working. That was my last day when I was coming back that night, and luckily he went to go use the toilet, but I was gonna anyway. And I would have known too, but I might have not done it till after he left, and then I would have had to call him in tears and be like, my toilet's not working. Your plumber was doing everything yesterday. Why would he leave and not make sure beforehand? That's just, plumbing 101. Even a novice knows that. You check your work before you leave. Okay. So anyway, I'm sickened. I got to do the dishes, but I'm getting all my laundry done. I slept 1 to 4. I fell asleep a little bit. I was listening to Music Choice Rock, and then I turned it off. And then there's some new songs I have to write down in my notebooks. And I've been writing them all down in my notebook. Doesn't mean I like them. I'm not just writing down what I like. I'm just writing down anything from 22, 23, 24 that I've never heard of. That's all. Not ones that I know or heard of, just ones that I don't. Which, a lot of them, because I hadn't listened to it in a long time. So yeah, I gotta do the dishes. That bug was a wake-up call just because it wasn't roach, We're all paranoid about roaches. We had an infestation in my dorm room in college. It was awful. But that's because my roommate, I was on that food thing, where you gain the 15 pounds, or you can eat all you want freshman year, in the cafeteria. But my roommate was a year older than me. She was a sophomore, and she did her own food and stuff. We had a fridge, and she left her dishes there, and we had fucking roaches. Not fun. But again, all you can control is how you react to shit, right? I could easily be in the mental hospital right now myself. Okay? So I haven't done my mother's taxes. I didn't do them, and I'm talking about the years old ones where we were owed thousands of dollars. I did get us fuel assistance again, and I'm the only reason that we got like $9,000 more for this house claim, so it all comes out in the wash, okay? I would have done her taxes, but I got discouraged, as I told you, these are old years, okay? And then my mom, she's been in and out of the mental hospitals, as you know, and I'm barely hanging on by a thread, and so there you go. That's all the things going on. I've done the best I could under just unbelievably stressful, traumatic, trying for me circumstances. This ain't remotely over. You guys, I don't want you to ever forget, there's a whole bunch of just as important shit that ties all of this together, ties everything together, has for years, that I can't tell you because it would reveal my fucking location. And that's the last frontier. I'm not going to tell you where I live unless I don't live here anymore, and neither does my mother. Okay? Then I'll tell you everything. Then I'll tell you every fucking thing I've ever wanted to tell you. But in the meantime, you just have to just take my word for it. It's the most ridiculous fucking shit. And because I'm a writer, lifelong writer and articulate and whatever, I can tie it all in where you'd be like, fucking wow, just like one of my YouTube male fans, if he's watching this, knows. It doesn't fucking end. You know who your name is. It got worse and worse and worse since what I told you years ago. Got worse. It got more and more ridiculous. Okay? Sickening. Absolutely fucking sickening. Just, I'm going to end up in the mental hospital myself over just, ugh. Okay, and now this whole shit. Like, what the hell am I going to do? I'm going to have those fix these. I wanted the professionals that made them, but they're not even getting back to me.